Hey guys, this is Fatima with the Twirling Feathers. Welcome, welcome. I am going to be making a little bunny out of a grungy sock. And I made these last night, the grungy socks. I usually like to make a batch of them with my coffee and my cinnamon and clove and all that good stuff that I mix together. And then I soak them and then I bake them and then I get these nice grungy socks that I like to, like I said, make a whole batch of, and then I use them as I need them. So anyway, I wanted to make this little rabbit, and if you do hear a chirp, it is my smoke alarm. I guess I need to change the battery on it. It's deciding to chirp right now. So anyway, so I went ahead and cut off my sock, the top part, and I'm going to keep that because I can use that for something else. And then I went ahead and filled it. I did not have any rice, so I did fill it with some little dried black beans. So I went ahead and filled that up, and I'm kind of playing around with it to see how much of it I want to tie off. So I think I want to tie it off right here, so I'm just playing around with it to see. So I am going to tie it off, and let's see. Oh, there's my Jude. All right, I'm going to use a little bit of this. And I'm going to tie it off to make a cute little top for his head. So I'm going to try not to spill it. And if you have a rubber band, it probably is easier with a rubber band first and then tie it off, but I did not have a rubber band handy. So I think that will work. Let me see. Trying to play with it to see if I want to pinch a little bit more. I might want to do it just a little bit more. Yeah, I think right there. Okay, and you can use this jute also for part of your little bow if you want to put a little bow on its neck, and I do. So I'm just going to tie it into a knot right here just so I can get that going right there. Cut that off, and that's what I did right there. I just went ahead and tied it right off. And then here, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm not going to make a bow. I'm just going to tie it off. So anyway, you get your little rabbit body going. And like I said, you see these everywhere. They are on Pinterest and pretty much any place you look, but you always can make it unique and make it your own. So like I said, I like to make these. I make these all the time. And you know, depending on how you decorate it, you can leave it out all spring and summer if you like. So I'm just going to tie this one off because I'm not really sure what I want to do for her top of her little head. So I am going to double knot that. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to slam those. All right, so I'm going to double knot this. So that's what we have so far. Just a cute little body with a little head right there. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this right down the middle here. I have used these 4 scissors to cut so many things. All right, and there's his little ears, or her little ears, whichever one you want to do. Look how cute. And if you want to trim them off, kind of make them a little bit more round, I'm just going to do that here. Kind of give it more of a a rounded shape. There we go. How cute is that? So that is simple. Alrighty, and then let's see, for the eyes, sometimes I have these other little pins, and then sometimes I use these guys here. I went ahead and just kind of dyed these little pins. These were all white. Whoops. These were all white like that. And I went ahead and dyed them this black color. Some of them were black. And then some of them I did in more of this pumpkin-y color, the orange. See if you can see it better like that. And I just used regular dye, and I just put a little bit in a little jar, set them in there, and let them sit there for probably a week. I mean, I just left them in there because I wanted them to kind of get rusty too. So I'm going to use these for the eyes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them down so they're not so long. So I'm going to use my wire cutter and cut them down. There we go. And then I'm just going to poke them in here, so I kind of want to see where I want them. And we got a lot of noises going on. I've got my ducks and chickens outside, and I've got this chirpy thing going on in here. So I am sorry, but that's what happens when you're trying to record something and craft, and you got all these extra noises. But look how cute. Little eyes, little pins, or little pin heads. So I'm going to just dab a little bit of glue so that they don't fall off. And I'm going to try not to make this video too long so that I can download it. And I was gluing some fuzzy, try not to get this on my finger. I was gluing some fuzzy fur, and I got it all on the tip of that glue gun. And now it's kind of stuck on my little eyeball. Nope, it's not sticking. It's got all that fuzz, sorry. Trying to get that off. All right, let's try it again. I hope y'all are having a great day. It is really nice here today. The weather has just been very crazy, like it has been probably everywhere else. We have 70 degrees, and then we go down to freezing. Then we have 70 degrees again. Like today it's probably, I haven't looked at the weather, but I think it's right at that, probably 70. All right, sorry this is taking longer than it needs to, but when you're tackling fur, all right, there we go, I got it. Look how cute, cute. Okay, so for the little whiskers, I did not have any wire. Sometimes I use really thin wire to do the whiskers, but I'm going to use this raffia. And let me see if I can pull it apart. Sometimes I like to make it really thin if I don't have something else to use. I'll just kind of pull this apart, make it nice and thin, kind of wispy. get another piece here. And this is a recorded video. So if at any point you want to fast forward, you can. I just like telling people that because sometimes people want it to be super fast, and crafting isn't about being super fast. Crafting is about creating and having fun and showing people what you're doing and letting them understand and see it and enjoy it. So if you want super fast, then you just need to fast forward. All right, get this little guy on here. So I'm sticking that. I'm going to turn it so you can see, but all I did was put a little glue and look how cute. I am going to give his whiskers a little trim. I kind of like my whiskers kind of long, so I'm probably going to leave these a little bit longer. Look how cute. So also what I like to do, and I probably should have done it before I put the whiskers on, but that's okay. So I like to give his, whoops, toppled over. Stay right there. All right, I like to give his his cheeks a little color. So put this down here. I'm just going to use a little red. This is just red from Anita's acrylic paints, but you can use any red you want. If I can get some out, there we go. And then I'm just going to get a dry brush. I'm going to just dabbing a little bit on here like this. I'm going to get a paper towel, kind of take that excess off. I'm just rubbing it off like this just to get just a tiny bit. And then I'm just going to apply it to the cheeks. See, pretty simple, super simple. And if you want to do the ears, you can. You can just, again, I don't want it to be neon bright, so I'm just going to wipe off some of it. There we go. Cute. All right, and I was thinking of putting, let me see what I got down here. A little box of stuff. Just thinking, oh no, this might be too big. I'm gonna put a little button for the nose. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna use this button right here. You don't have to put a button, but I'm gonna put a button, and I'm gonna cut off that right there, and it's plastic, so it just pretty much is gonna break off when I use my little wire cutter here. Just so it can land or lay flat on the, see if I can get it better with this. All right. I'm going to put a little glue. Whoa, look how adorable. So cute. Okay, and I'm looking to see, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little fuzzy, I have a little pom-pom for his little tail. Oh, here it is. Ha. All right, I got a little pom-pom for the tail, so I'm going to glue this to the back. Look how cute that is. Adorable. All right. And then I think I want to put a little, rag bow across his neck here. So let me see. I might kind of do a little ribbon and then a little material. I've got some pieces here that I've already kind of shredded. I just shredded some pieces from some material that I had, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it. Add a little bit of this lace or satiny ribbon that I have. I have a little random piece. Put that on there too. Cut that off. I'm going to go ahead and tie it. Just trying to pinch it together, and then I'm just going to tie it into a knot. Nothing intricate. I like to give it a nice tight pull. Have a little cute bow. And I'm going to tie it again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go so cute. Give it a good tight knot. This is just adorable. I'm going to cut some of these little ends off. Look at that. Look how adorable that is. So cute. Just with a sock and a little bit of material, some beans, and you get yourself an adorable little bunny. I just love his little tail. Look how cute. And there you go. I did have another little thing I wanted to add to it. Let's see. Oh, let's see. I've got these cute little discs that have little saying or little words on it. This one says folk art, and this one says faith. And I thought I had another one, but I guess not. Okay, so I was thinking of adding this little guy on here. I might add faith on here. So I think honestly I am just probably I'm going to glue it. I'm just going to glue it right under there. There you go. All right, guys, I hope you try making this little cutie. It's very simple, and I hope you give it a try. Adorable. Alrighty, I will talk to y'all soon. Have a great day.